Portia exposes Drew with a terrifying secret from his past in General Hospital Update News. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. General Hospital episodes see Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, desperate to shut Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, down and end his blackmail. So she's digging into his medical records to find some to use against him. Portia might hit the jackpot. She may dig up a secret so scary from Drew's past that it could get him thrown out of office. Now, Portia is really stressed because Drew is wreaking havoc on her life. And thanks to Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, telling Selena Wu, Lydia Look, who then told Drew, the congressman knows that Portia tampered with Heather Weber's, Allie Mills, test results. So with the blackmail, Portia could lose her medical license. She could potentially go to prison. And she could lose her husband, Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner. Recently, Portia told Ava Jerome, Maura West, she's looking at Drew's medical files, hoping to find something to use against him. But Ava cautioned against it on General Hospital. Meanwhile, Drew Kane is getting so out of hand that Portia is desperate. And she's hoping a solution to her problem is in those medical files. Ever since they brought Jason Morgan's Steve Burton twin onto General Hospital, we've seen Drew suffer bizarre medical issues. One of the ongoing issues he's had, especially since they recast with Cameron Matheson, is the whole mind control thing. It was in two different phases, but the latter one is more disturbing. It reminds me a lot of that old movie, The Manchurian Candidate. I love old movies. The original was from 1962. Then, they remade it in 2004. And it parallels this Drew plot on General Hospital in a lot of ways. So in the movie, if you've not seen it, it's set in the Korean War. There was an American soldier who was brainwashed by really bad people, enemy forces. They made him a sleeper soldier they could activate and use to assassinate a presidential candidate. That was intended to help bad guys overthrow the US government, and the mind-controlled guy was activated by a playing card. I think it was the Queen of Hearts. Anyway, Drew's past is eerily similar to this movie. Many General Hospital fans may recall Drew has been mind-controlled in two different ways. First, Helena Cassadine, Constance Towers, implanted a microchip into Drew's brain that allowed her to control him. That was back before he first came on the scene as Jake Doe, Billy Miller. And Helena wanted to use him as her personal assassin. She's the one who sent him to Port Charles. She initially wanted his twin brother Jason. But he had all this scarring in his brain from the car accident when A.J. Quartermain, Seton Kanan, was drunk driving back in the day. So Helena located his twin Andrew Kane, and she had them put the microchip in him. So they did that with a physical device and layered this memory mapping thing onto him too. But Drew later had brain surgery, and they removed the microchip. So that surgery should definitely be in his medical records at General Hospital. Later, we found out a second layer of Drew's psychological programming. Cesar Faison's son, aka Henrik Faison, aka Peter August, Wes Ramsey, used Drew as a secret hitman. That came out when they recast with Cameron Matheson as Drew. Instead of a playing card like in the Manchurian Candidate movie, it was a tarot card that activated Drew. Peter kept Drew hostage for 2 years when everybody thought he died in a plane crash. So Peter activated him to kill and kidnap people. And Drew didn't remember any of it afterward. What's interesting is after Jason sacrificed himself to save Drew, there's no record of him ever being deprogrammed from this second layer of brainwashing. As a matter of fact, when he came back to Port Charles after Jason saved him, Drew was worried he could still be activated. On General Hospital, somebody just needed the right tarot card and activation word. In fact, Victor Cassadine, Charles Shaughnessy, tried to activate Drew's mind control. But they tricked him. He had the wrong tarot card, so it didn't work. Peter never told him the info. But Portia's digging into Drew's medical records, so she may bring some of this into the likely wouldn't be in there. But the microchip brain surgery should be in his file. Plus, Curtis knows about the second layer because Drew told him about it when he came back from the dead. Drew told Curtis about all of it. That included the memory mapping and what Peter and Victor did. So if Portia mentions the microchip to Curtis, he might tell her about the other programming. Since he was never deprogrammed on General Hospital, Drew is technically still an active assassin. He's just waiting to be activated and used for bad deeds. And that's not something you want in a U.S. congressman, right? In case you don't remember, Jason knows exactly which tarot cards and code phrases activate and deactivate Drew. His twin told Jason everything, and he witnessed it when they were trapped together in Greece. At one point on General Hospital, Drew was kind of freaking out and being dangerous. So Jason used a card and a code phrase to deactivate his brother. So if Portia gets this info, she could leak it to somebody like the shady editor over at The Invader. That way, it doesn't come out through Aurora. If it was made public that Drew is an assassin with a track record of amnesiac violence, it seems likely to discredit him, and it should get him kicked out of Congress. In the past on General Hospital, Helena Cassadine, Caesar Faison, Peter August, and creepy cult leader Shiloh Archer each had control of Drew at one point or another. Plus, his list of violent crimes is quite long, although he's never been arrested or prosecuted. Drew committed at least 20 counts of assault and more we don't know of. There's breaking and entering, obstruction of justice, assault with a deadly weapon, theft, and trespassing. We know for sure it's in Drew Kane's medical records, so Portia could find it and use it to take him down. There's a resource that could help Portia. She's working with Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrous, who's working with Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright. And she's dating Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna. If you remember, a lot of this mind mapping and programming tech came from the WSB. And if Carly talks to Portia Robinson, or if Carly talks to Nina who talks to Portia, she could ask Jack to get some proof. The WSB records likely show that Drew is a violent monster just waiting to be activated. However, we also know General Hospital loves to rewrite history, so they could invent something else for Brad or Portia Robinson to find in Drew's medical history. I'm hoping that Portia is the one to take him down. We'll have to wait and see what Brad and Portia dig up. I expect they hit pay in May sweeps, which kicks off next week on August 3rd. I do hope General Hospital goes this route because it would honor the character's known history. To me, that's better than reinventing it with a retcon. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our General Hospital Update news channel and stay with us.